There comes a moment in life when the echo of your voice in an empty room becomes louder than any conversation you've had in years. It's not because no one's around. It's because the people who once clung to your every word now barely look your way. The children you once held in your arms, protected from the storms of the world, now speak to you like you're a stranger. The warmth has gone cold. The respect you once had in their eyes has faded into something you don't recognize anymore. You sit there wondering, where did it all go wrong? You raised them. You sacrificed. You poured out everything you had into making them feel safe, strong, loved. But now, when you need their presence, their kindness, or simply their acknowledgement, you're met with silence, or worse, dismissal. The sting of being overlooked by your own flesh and blood is a wound most people can't talk about out loud. But I'm going to talk about it here, because you deserve to be seen. And most of all, you deserve your dignity back. This is not about blaming your children. It's not about being a victim either. This is about understanding what to do when the people you love the most no longer give you the respect you once earned, and still deserve. Let's start with the first powerful step. The one that changes everything, even before they say a word. It's simple, but not easy. You must respect yourself first. You see, over the years, many parents slowly lose pieces of themselves. Not all at once, but quietly, like dust gathering in corners. You give up your hobbies. You stop dressing for yourself. You stay silent when your opinions are brushed aside. You accept jokes that cut too deep, or comments that feel like tiny slaps. You shrink to keep the peace. And in doing so, without realizing it, you teach your children that your presence is optional. That your feelings are negotiable. That your role is to serve, not to stand. But something shifts the moment you begin treating yourself as someone worth honoring. It doesn't require shouting or demanding. It begins in quiet, firm moments. Like choosing to say no when a boundary is crossed. Like speaking up when your opinion is dismissed. Like walking away from a conversation that disrespects your spirit. It begins with looking in the mirror and remembering that you are not invisible. You've simply been dimming your own light. Respecting yourself might mean taking a walk instead of answering a call where you'll only be criticized. It might mean not rushing to fix every problem in their lives, especially when your help is unappreciated. It might mean treating yourself to that cafe lunch, that new outfit, that art class, not because anyone else cares, but because you do. When you hold yourself with value, others, especially your children, begin to sense it. They may not show it right away, but something in them begins to shift. They start to see that you are not desperate for their attention. That you are no longer available for disrespect. That you are someone with a life, with pride, with standards. And whether they admit it or not, that makes them pause. One woman shared with me how she stopped answering her son's calls when he would only call to argue. She didn't do it with anger, she did it with peace. "Call me when you have something kind to say," she told him once. Then she stopped chasing. She joined a local hiking group. She began painting again. And weeks later, he called, not to argue, but to ask if they could get lunch. It didn't happen because she yelled. It didn't happen because she pleaded. It happened because she finally respected herself enough to walk away from anything that disrespected her. That's the beginning of change. And that's what this first step is all about. So if you've been wondering where to begin, don't look outward. Look inward. You are not just someone's mother or father. You are a whole person. And the moment you begin treating yourself like one, others, even your grown children, start to follow your lead. The truth is, regaining respect doesn't always look the way we expect it to. It's not about fighting, demanding, or proving a point. It's about standing firm in who you are, and that will inevitably shift the energy in the relationship. When you stop chasing after their approval, when you stop trying to convince them of your worth, you open the door to a new kind of relationship. One built on mutual understanding, where respect is earned through your strength, not through appeasement. But there's more. When we think of respect, we often focus on how others treat us, especially our children. But true respect begins with how we treat ourselves, and that's something we can start shifting today. As parents, we've often found ourselves in situations where we're continuously running to meet the needs of our children, hoping that our sacrifices will be seen, that our love will be returned. But when we stop bending over backward to please, we free ourselves. We stop being the fixer in their lives and become people who stand on equal ground with them. You may not realize it right away, But when you stop proving yourself, you regain something more powerful than you ever could have imagined. You regain your power. This is what emotional strength looks like. It's not about becoming cold, distant, or withdrawing from your child. It's about holding firm with love, about protecting yourself and your peace while still being present when needed. The balance between standing firm and showing love is delicate, but it's the key to restoring respect. When you stop accepting disrespect and begin to show your emotional strength, that's when your children will begin to see you, not as someone who exists solely for their convenience, but as someone who demands the same respect and kindness they expect from others. They may not understand it at first, but that's okay. The message you're sending is clear: you are worthy of respect. And sometimes, that's the most important lesson you can teach them. When you begin standing firm in your self-respect, there's something transformative that starts to happen, not only in you, but in the way others perceive and treat you. And while the first two steps are about establishing boundaries and emotional strength, it's time to take things a bit deeper. As parents, we've spent so many years trying to shape our children's lives, to guide them, protect them, and help them grow. And there's nothing wrong with that. But somewhere along the way, many parents lose touch with an important truth. Our children need to see us as fully realized individuals, not just as caretakers, counselors, or disciplinarians, but as people with our own dreams, desires, and ambitions. This leads us to the fourth powerful step in regaining respect: rediscover your own passions and live them unapologetically. When you were younger, there were things that sparked joy in your life. Maybe it was painting, playing music, or traveling. Perhaps you wanted to learn a new language, or you dreamed of starting a business. But as you became a parent, those passions often took a backseat. You poured your energy into the responsibilities of family life, the chores, the school runs, the deadlines, and the constant need to keep everything running smoothly. In the process, you might have lost sight of the things that used to light up your soul. Now, imagine your children seeing you rediscover those passions, not for their approval, but for your own joy. You sign up for an art class. You begin taking those solo walks you've always wanted to go on. You start picking up hobbies again, not because they demand it, but because you need it for your own happiness and fulfillment. When your children witness you living out your own passions and desires, it sends an unspoken message. You are more than your role as their parent. You are a whole person, with your own worth and aspirations. And that is something incredibly powerful. It teaches them, not through words, but through your actions, that respecting yourself means pursuing your dreams, no matter how old you are. This is not only inspiring, but it's a lesson they will carry with them for the rest of their lives. When they see you unapologetically embracing what makes you happy, they start to realize that they too must respect your boundaries, your choices, and your right to live your life fully. But it's not just about what you're doing, it's about how you're doing it. When you pursue your passions without seeking permission or validation, you radiate a quiet confidence. It's a confidence that tells them you won't settle for anything less than the respect you deserve. And when they see you stepping into your own, your actions will speak louder than any lecture you could give. The fifth step follows closely behind: become a living example of resilience and growth. Let's face it, life is hard. As a parent, you've weathered your share of storms. Maybe there were financial struggles, health issues, or personal battles you had to fight. Perhaps you've had to deal with the loss of a loved one, or a significant change in your own life. Through it all, your children may have witnessed your strength or your struggles. But there's something incredibly impactful about showing them that resilience isn't just about surviving, it's about growing through it. We live in a world that often celebrates perfection, success, and outward achievement. But real respect comes from seeing someone rise after they've fallen, from witnessing someone rebuild their life, stronger and wiser than before. As parents, we sometimes forget that our struggles are some of the best lessons we can give our children. It's not about hiding our flaws or pretending that everything is perfect. It's about showing them how to bounce back when life knocks you down. If you've been through something difficult, whether it's a personal challenge or a family hardship, don't shy away from sharing that with your children. But do it with a sense of hope, of empowerment. Talk to them about what you learned, what you gained from the experience. Let them see that life isn't about avoiding pain, but about learning from it and growing stronger because of it. And as you do this, something powerful starts to happen. They begin to see you not just as a parent, but as a person who has faced adversity and come out the other side stronger. They begin to respect not just your wisdom, but your courage. They learn from your example how to face their own challenges with the same resilience. By now, you've set a strong foundation for mutual respect. You've stopped trying to prove your worth, you've rediscovered your passions, and you've shown them the true power of emotional strength. But there's one final shift that will tie everything together, the one that will make your respect undeniable, unshakable, and permanent. As we've explored the powerful steps to regaining respect, standing firm in your self-worth, rediscovering your passions, and becoming an example of resilience, we come to the most important shift of all. This is the step that binds everything you've learned together and solidifies the foundation of respect you've been building. The final, most powerful way to regain respect from your children isn't something you can force or demand. It's something that happens when you truly embrace the idea that your love, your strength, and your value are unconditional, not just for your children, but for yourself. And this, in its essence, is unwavering self-respect. This isn't just about showing emotional strength or standing firm in your boundaries. It's about creating a mindset where you consistently value yourself, regardless of what anyone else thinks or does. And when you do this, something incredible happens. It becomes impossible for anyone, including your children, to take you for granted. Unwavering self-respect means no more second-guessing yourself when they question your choices. It means no more compromising your values or bending over backward to please them at the expense of your own happiness. It means understanding that your needs, your voice, and your desires matter just as much as anyone else's. And when you truly internalize this, it's a game changer. The reason this is the most powerful step is simple. It's not about making them respect you because of your actions alone. It's about making them respect you because you are unwavering in your belief that you deserve respect. You don't need to prove it. You don't need to fight for it. You simply stand in your truth, and that truth will resonate with them. When you respect yourself to this degree, your children will feel the shift. They will see you in a new light, not as someone who is constantly trying to earn their respect, but as someone who already has it, simply by being who you are. And that, my friend, is the most powerful lesson you can teach them. Respect doesn't have to be fought for. It doesn't have to be earned in the way we've been taught. Respect is a reflection of who you are, and when you stand in your own truth, others will stand with you. It's not easy, and it's not something that happens overnight. It's a journey, one that will take time, patience, and self-compassion. But as you continue to walk this path, remember that regaining respect is not about manipulating behavior or forcing compliance. It's about being the person who commands respect through your actions, your words, and most importantly, your unwavering self-belief. In the end, your children will learn that respect isn't just about authority, it's about integrity. It's about honoring yourself, so others know how to honor you. And as you move forward, you'll notice the subtle but powerful shift in your relationship with them. No longer will you have to chase their respect. It will be something that comes naturally, because it's grounded in the strength and confidence you've built from within. If this message resonated with you, inspired you, or opened your heart to a new way of seeing things, don't forget to subscribe. We share more powerful content just like this, stories and wisdom that speak to your soul and help you reclaim the life you deserve. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next one.